State regulators are clear.
We don't want to see boil water advisories, and we don't want to see people without water pressure.
Dwayne Roadcap, who heads the Virginia Department of Health's Drinking Water Division, has already said it seems apparent that Richmond City did not comply with requirements that are in place to prevent this kind of crisis. City officials have blamed outages on a winter storm, knocking out power at the treatment plant, which triggered flooding. Backup systems kicked in, but they failed.
One of the things that we're looking into is why the fail-safe systems and the redundant systems didn't work, because you shouldn't have this kind of problem.
So on Wednesday, we took the questions that many have been asking to Mayor Danny Avula. Did DPU do everything it possibly could to prevent this crisis ahead of the storm? For example, did they test the backup systems before the storm? Did they ensure the reservoir was at 100% capacity? Was the plant being powered at 100% power capacity by both power sources? And essentially, was there a proper preparedness plan in place for this storm?
I'm day 6 on the job. I'm not sure that I can answer that in any detail. I do know that our operation, on an annual basis is going through preparedness exercises. So that will also be a part of our after action report, looking at when was the last time that we, tested on a potential outage. What is our regular rhythm for testing battery backups? In this case, the battery backup, at least on the IT system, did kick in. It just didn't last long enough.
We also pressed about this. CBS 6 obtained a 2022 audit of DPU's water system by the EPA, a federal regulatory agency. It cited Richmond with dozens of violations, including multiple corroded and deteriorated pumps at the main treatment plant, filters that were aged and cracked, inspections not being regularly performed, and limited preventative and corrective maintenance. I asked DPU Director April Bingham to respond. Did faulty equipment contribute to this crisis at all?
I think this incident here was simply caused by an outage to the plant. Certainly, as Mayor has said, the plant is 100 years old. We have aging infrastructure, and we have to continue to focus on investments in this infrastructure. I'm not going to combine the two because I can't right today say that they were connected.
The report further explained that Richmond, quote, does not perform tabletop emergency scenario planning exercises in the event of large-scale power failures, but sometimes participates in the fire department's activities. The EPA cited the city for having an emergency response plan that was outdated and not finalized. Though the audit occurred in 2022, Bingham did not provide the EPA a response until January 3rd, 2025, 5 days ago. In it, she highlights the scale and complexity of the facility, but says, quote, redundancy is a key feature of our system, ensuring that critical services remain uninterrupted despite the temporary unavailability of certain assets. 3 days later, that redundancy system would fail, causing a water crisis across Virginia's capital city and surrounding counties. And now I asked DPU why it took more than 2 years to respond to the EPA's report. A spokesperson tells me that they weren't presented with the findings until August of 2024. I'm following up with the EPA to verify that timeline, and we'll report back. Here in Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.